All right, guys. So, bit of an earlier workout today than I was anticipating. Brandon decided he wasn't going to come. I had stuff going on. I asked if he wanted to just gym after that stuff. He said no, so I'm getting it done out of the way now. We're going to start this back and by day with a superset, going from like a moderate grip to a very close grip. This top of the chest, controlled. Go over here. It's a little lighter. Light below the chest, you go deeper. Hit more of that lower trap. The Christmas tree. Should be good. Few more of those. Tell you what, this superset feels so phenomenal. It just lights up the entirety of my back. All right, where am I gonna hit? 3 sets of this because it lights up my freaking back so much. I'm already absolutely exhausted. I want to hit more than just this. So for you guys, it's November 2nd. For me, it's November 1st. So this is a birthday back and by workout. All right, if you've watched the channel for any amount of time, you've heard me say this a million times, and I will continue to say it. No back day is complete without some variation of a pullover, whether it be dumbbell, cable, machine. But it is a great lat exercise. Ooh. And if you've never done, especially this variation with the rope, a good thing to remember. I've been doing them young enough that I started doing them like really fast. So when you're at the bottom in the eccentric, you're gonna have your back completely bent. Let it pull your shoulder blades and your scapula kind of up above your neck and your head. This is full stretch at the bottom. As you pull through, you raise your chest slightly. Now the lat is like fully activated. Back through, drop your chest back through, and let that get a nice, good, deep stretch. So if you ever see someone doing them and they're just like this, they're not getting the bottom half. They're not getting the benefits of completely stretching that lat at the top, well, I guess at the top, not the bottom. But fantastic movement. I swear by it, especially this variation. I've never been fortunate enough to go to a gym with a machine. I would love to use a pullover machine, but this variation is still goated. All right, let's move on. I think we'll do one more lat focused exercise, which will be the lat pull down machine over there. We'll hit some rows. We'll get into some biceps. All right, pull down machine as promised. And then I think I'm just using that T-bar row right behind me to finish the workout. Or row the back portion of the workout. All right, well, I have made the executive decision of screw it, because I gotta be where I'm going in less than about 45 minutes. So we're gonna superset this to end the back workout so we can get into the bi portion. Okay. All right. Whew. Just had a few more sets of the superset and hit some bicep. I will say, guys, I will have to play it smart when it comes to the bicep portion of this. So maybe 2 or 3 exercises. Nothing too crazy. But we have to remember, 2 days ago I hit arms because we kind of threw off our entire schedule when we skipped back last go around. So still having like a bit of a lower back issue, but we're not doing anything like hitting lower back. Though hitting a stiff-legged deadlift last night kind of got it flared up, but nothing bad. One more of those. All right. Last set, and then we're getting to the bicep portion of this. Ooh, I will say I've really enjoyed both supersets we did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back exercises in total. 3 sets each, 15 working sets for back. I'm live with that. Ooh. All right, no wasting time. Just gonna get straight into some barbell curls. Ooh, I think I'm gonna keep it the theme of just 3 sets today. So maybe we can get 4 bicep exercises in there. Alright. Probably not the best idea because my wrist, as you can tell, is bothering me, but we're gonna go up and wait for the last set because why not? Hold on. Just do as many clean as I can and start cheating them out. Get a good punk on. For the moment, drop set. Let's move on. Alright. Not the world's biggest fan of this curl machine, but we're gonna use it anyways. And I'm kind of feeling it's like go to failure on this within 3 or 4 sets and then call it a day. Since we already hit biceps up this week. A few more of those. Okay. Yeah. I don't think we need to do anything else for bicep. I can tell you just from last arm day, my biceps are still extremely exhausted. So, this might be the last set or it might be a second to last. I'll decide after a set. They are already feeling full and they're already feeling cooked. So, Yeah, I think we're done. A lot less than I wanted to do in the bicep. Part of the workout. I knew it was going to be less than normal just because we skipped back day last week, back and by, to give our backs a break. And because of that decision, chose to just have a dedicated arm day so they didn't get skipped for an entire week. But that being said, they were re-hit 2 days ago. So I don't have much in the tank for them right now. That being said, at least tomorrow triceps will be a full free day separated from the arm day and should be fine. But yeah, that's all I got in me. Let's see you in the car. All right, guys, that may have not been the most exciting back and by day by any means. I mean, like I said, 15 working sets of back and 5 working sets of bicep. But again, it's my fault. You know, when me and Brandon made the choice to skip back and by last week because both of us were experiencing a little discomfort in our back, especially me, I was like noticing at the bottom of my right lat. Yeah, it seems like a good call. But I didn't want to miss out on hitting biceps, so, I mean, you guys already know, the decision was made to take tricep off of chest and try, hit a chest day, hit an arm day, hit a leg day, and then today would be back and by, back to normal. And obviously, that, it's on me because I'm the one who figures out what we're going to do, programs out the workouts and everything. So it's on me for saying, oh, we'll just go back to normal. I should have scheduled in a rest day somewhere in there, or we should have just done chest, try, shoulders, legs, and biceps just would have had a week off along with the back. So it's on me for not thinking it out. But definitely because, again, biceps were just hit 2 days ago, those 5 sets were more than enough. They're very full. Like, I got a crazy pump for only 2 exercises and 5 sets. And honestly, there's a bit of discomfort here at the top, the insertion at the top. So I would say anything else probably would have been pushing an injury. So as much as you guys hear me talking in the workout, like, oh, maybe if we do 3 sets, we can do 4 workouts, So I was talking for your 4 workouts with 3 sets, and that just didn't happen because I quickly found out just on that first set of preacher curls that was not happening. So, but it's fine. I mean, bicep gets hit as an antagonist in the movement of most of your back exercises anyways. So they already got like a little bit of activation just throughout the entirety of the workout in some way, shape, or form. Obviously not direct and like isolated activation to just them, but they were already getting activated a little bit. So I'm not going to sit here and complain. It was still a great workout. It just ended up being way more back focused and giving the biceps more of a rest without completely neglecting to hit them at all. Which, I mean, I'm sitting here saying maybe that wasn't the best idea, but at the same time, it may have been the best option. Just because at least I still hit them. They didn't end up getting like a week off this week. So, because I do think my biceps are lacking, so I'm not going to sit here and complain that they got hit today. So, just maybe next time think it out a little bit more than I did. But it was a good workout overall. The back part of the workout was really good. Being on a time crunch where I was trying to just get in and get out was definitely not a bad thing because it pushed me to do some supersets, which got me a really good back pump going, and I am definitely feeling it right now. So, no complaints. Great workout. It was like an hour on the dot. I took what breaks I needed to take. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that the intensity was like extremely high, where I was just like moving the camera and like hitting another set. I was like actually like walking around for like a minute between sets and taking a break and then hitting the next set, so I could actually like push the weight and try to keep the intensity up a little bit by cutting everything down to 3 sets and getting more exercises in, doing supersets, everything like that. So had a really good workout. The only thing I really don't like that T-bar row machine, but it's the only row in the building other than doing like a dumbbell row or a barbell row or a cable row. There's no like actual like row machines there outside of hitting it on cables or doing free weights. So I really wish that gym had a chest supported row. Maybe if things go through and I do become the manager, that will be something I'll look into doing. But as of right now, those are the only ways you can have row in there. They're just not my favorite. I really love like chest supported rows, whether it be your traditional chest supported row with the handles or if it's like a chest supported T-bar row, But a chest support row, I feel more. It takes the stabilization out of it, and I feel like I can push heavier weights, so I'm not also having to focus on using like all my stabilization muscles, worrying about my form, not rounding my lower back, not being like, too far bent over, but also not extending straight up to the point that's a shrug. There's a lot to think about, and a lot of muscles engaged along with just your rhomboids and other parts of your back that are involved in the movement. And again, it does add a limitation of like how much you can lift because you have to be able to stabilize in that stance with the weights. So I'm not a big fan of that T-bar row, which is kind of why I ended up supersetting it, just so I didn't have to go as heavy, and so I could kind of just get it out of the way. I ain't gonna lie. But it was a good workout. Once again, way more lat focused, but I do think lats, rear delts, and rhomboids is what I need to be focusing on back-wise leading up to the show, because I feel like if I don't, my back is not going to be there. So I do feel like that's where I'm lacking. Obviously, as we get closer to the show and I'm, less and less and less, lower body fat percentage, I'll actually be able to tell what my back looks like and what is lacking. Unfortunately, I'm natural and I've been lifting for years, so it's not like there's going to be much of a change that can be made between now and then. But I'm going to try. But obviously the training will kind of change the closer we get to the show, because then I can actually see and critique what I need to see and critique. So right now it's very much like going off of how I feel and what I think. I mean, I can tell my biceps aren't like massive and don't have like this massive peak, so I can speak now that I need to work on my biceps even without seeing them later. But in terms of my back, the only thing I can really say, because there's not a bunch of definition there, there's more and more as time goes on, but it's not enough to really make any informed decisions on how the training should go. But I know for a fact when I hit a lat spread, I'm not very wide up there. And obviously a part of the illusion of a lat spread is a tiny waist, which because I would say my love handles are 5 to 6 inches on each side of my waist. If I pinch it and feel, they are massive love handles. So it's like there's a decent sized waist down there that can't, obviously I can't see right now. So the lat spread is better than I think it is, but I can tell even now that it's not where I want to be and it's lacking, and I want to build my lats. But as the definition comes in, I'm going to be like, oh, my Christmas tree is lacking. My rhomboids are maybe one's bigger than the other, or they're practically non-existent. My lower traps need more attention. Maybe my mid to upper traps need more attention. I'm going to be able to see what is and isn't lacking on my back. And so that's kind of the issue I'm running into now, is trying to focus on lats, because it's the one thing I can see and I know I need to build, but also trying to have a well-balanced enough back workout, even with focusing more on lats, that if there is anything I'm lacking on, it isn't what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, guys. My brain doesn't function. It isn't a, gosh dang it. But it's not lacking. You know, it's, I just, like I said previously on the channel, I want to bring in the best package I can, not just have the best transformation. So, if I get a body fat within striking distance of the body fat I want to be for the show, as the show's coming out, and I feel like anything's lacking, it's not the best package I could have brought. You know, maybe my shoulders need to be bigger and rounder. Maybe this needs to come up. Maybe that needs to come up. Maybe, you know, my quads are small, or I need to bring out the outer sweep of my thigh. You know, stuff like that. I will not do 2026 show. I'll do 2027s. I am pushing myself to hit 2026's show, but I will not force myself to do it if I don't think I have, if I'm not happy with what I'm bringing to the stage. Like, I know that the Drained 160, in theory, is going to be from now until the show in 2026. But I'm not going to sit here and force myself to do it if I'm not happy with the package I'm bringing on stage. Even if I am peeled out of my mind, like, we did it, we hit the body fat percentage we were aiming to hit, we hit the body weight we were aiming to hit, and I look insane. It's still a bodybuilding show. I understand that the merit of it is the biggest and best transformation, not just like bodybuilding. Because like a lot of people who win it traditionally aren't really that peeled, or you can't tell because they have like loose skin kind of hiding it and all that stuff. So like last year's winner, I wouldn't say was like peeled out of his mind and looked like a bodybuilder, but he had the biggest transformation. But I want to be the best of both worlds, where it's like the transformation is noteworthy, because right now they allow you to use pictures from up to 3 years ago. So right now I can use 2020 when I was floating around 250, or sorry, 2022, where I can use pictures when I was like floating around 250. I can't use the pictures from back in 2018 when I was 300, but you know, that's just because I didn't know this show was a thing in time. I didn't even know this show was a thing. But now that I do, it's like, okay, 2022 to now, to 2026, I can use those photos, right? Or sorry, I can use, gosh dang, I can't speak. I can use the pictures from 2023. So, yeah, I was still heavy. I'm still heavy now. Like, even the pictures from when the Drained 160 started to the stage, it's going to be like a drastic change. But I'm not just looking for like the shock value of like a massive transformation. I am looking to also bring the best possible package on stage that I can bring. I want to take this like seriously. Like, there's a part of me that would love to like win the show and then maybe go for my IFBB Pro card just to say I did it, because I love the sport. Even if that's all I do, right? I win this show, which would technically make me an amateur bodybuilder, and then I could do an amateur pro qualifier to get an IFBB Pro card. Like, I could use this as a way to become an IFBB Pro, right? I'm not saying I would ever, if I did do it, right, if I went ahead and went for a pro qualifier, maybe did a few shows until I become pro, even, you know, I'm not saying I would, I'd probably do drug tested and become a natural pro bodybuilder. And then I'd probably be done. I wouldn't hop on gear and start doing pro shows. I wouldn't aim to be Mr. Olympia or anything. But, you know, I there is like a big part of me that's like, I kind of want the challenge of doing that. Right now, the challenge is winning this show, winning this transformation show. And, or, you know, maybe at the very least, podium, being a podium, you know what I mean, getting like top 3. But I mean, obviously, you come to win, and that would be the best outcome. But we'll take what we get. But I am looking to work my brand off, even if I don't win that show. You know, like if I don't win the summer shredding competition in the transformation division, maybe someone shows up who used to be like 400 pounds and now he's like maybe now he's like 200 or like 180, whatever. And even though he, you know, he may not look as peeled or as crazy as I do because maybe he has a bunch of loose skin that I don't have, like his transformation just blows me out of the water. Like there's like a million ways I could end up losing, even if I look the best on stage, right? But if I can do it, then what I'd want to do is go ahead and do like a few amateur shows just to do them, and then hopefully do like a pro qualifier. But that's the plan right now. So we'll see what happens. But I gotta go. I got stuff to do. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Link in the description for merch. Harder and Less on supplements. Code JS15. You know all the things. And I'll see you tomorrow for Chest and Try.